Alright, here's that rewritten script, focused on a natural, conversational tone from Dr. Susan Myers, designed for elderly viewers. Since turning 60, it seems our bodies like to play tricks on us, doesn't it? And not always the fun kind. Think about just getting up from your favorite chair after you've been sitting for a while. You might find yourself needing to use your hands to push off your knees, leaning forward, taking a good breath, and then slowly, finally, making that move that used to be so easy when you were younger. Or maybe it's the stairs in your home. You used to run up them without a second thought, and now each step feels like your legs are filled with lead.
Your heart's racing, you're a little out of breath, and you can hear yourself puffing and panting.
And sometimes, even something as simple as walking from the living room to the bedroom with a glass of water, your leg might suddenly give way, causing you to stumble.
You grab the wall to steady yourself.
A lot of us just chalk this up to getting older. But honestly, it's more than just aging. It's actually a specific, recognized medical condition, and the good news is, there are things you can do about it. It's called sarcopenia, or age-related muscle loss. The tricky thing is, it often creeps up on you. It's not like the pain of arthritis, or the obvious swelling you get with edema. You might not even notice anything particularly wrong until one day you realize you need a walker just to get out of your chair. And then you might wish you'd acted sooner. But here's the really encouraging part. A lot of research has shown that this decline in leg strength can often be traced back to a quiet, but serious deficiency in 3 key vitamins. By replenishing these essential nutrients at the right time and in the right way, you can really help restore strength, stability, and vitality to your legs without having to jump into intense workouts or expensive treatments. I'm going to break down these 3 important vitamins that every American over 60 should know about. I'll explain how a lack of these vitamins can specifically contribute to weak, heavy, and unresponsive legs, and how you can safely and effectively combine them to help recharge your legs and get back that confident stride. This isn't just some trendy health fad. Everything I share with you today is backed by solid clinical studies, real research, and years of experience. Please stick around until the end, because I'll share the most effective way to take these vitamins. Let's be honest with ourselves. Turning 60 is a real turning point for our bodies. Our bones can become more prone to fractures. Blood circulation tends to slow down because our blood vessels aren't as flexible as they used to be. And our muscles, especially the big important muscles in our legs, start to weaken, sometimes so gradually it's hard to notice. Most people don't realize that our legs are often the first part of our body to show signs of aging. This can make everyday tasks, like standing up from a low chair, quickly crossing the street, or even picking up the grandkids, a bit more challenging. According to data published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society, even healthy older adults with normal diets who feel pretty good lose at least 1% of their leg muscle mass every year after age 60. And it happens without you even realizing it.
What does that mean?
Well, in just 5 years, you could unknowingly lose up to 15% of your core leg strength. That can happen surprisingly fast.
So, why does this happen?
Besides age, which we can't do much about, there are 3 major reasons we can actively address. The first, and most important, is vitamin deficiency caused by decreased nutrient absorption. This is just a natural change in our bodies. As we get older, the lining of our intestines doesn't work quite as well, and we don't absorb nutrients as efficiently. At the same time, our stomachs produce less gastric acid. Think of it like the factory inside our body that's responsible for breaking down and absorbing nutrients. Its productivity just isn't what it used to be. This can directly lead to deficiencies in vitamins like vitamin D and vitamin B12, which are critical for nerve function and muscle contraction. Even if you're eating these vitamins, your body might not be fully absorbing and using them, causing what we sometimes call hidden hunger. The second reason is poor blood circulation. Think of it like an old house. The water pipes not only lack pressure after being used for so long, but the pipe walls also rust and narrow. As we age, the elasticity of our blood vessels decreases, and our heart's pumping ability can weaken a bit. This means less blood flows to our extremities. When our leg muscles don't get enough oxygen and nutrients, it's like a field that's not being watered. The most direct result is that they become easily fatigued, cramp more often, and feel heavy and weak. The third reason is a vicious cycle caused by reduced physical activity. Because their legs are giving them trouble, many older people will subconsciously start walking less, avoid stairs, and maybe even stop exercising altogether. But our muscles follow the principle of use it or lose it. The less active you are, the faster your leg muscles will weaken and shrink. And the weaker you get, the less you want to move, creating a downward spiral. Even if you do exercise regularly, if you're not getting the right nutrients, the building blocks for muscle repair and growth, your muscles won't be able to rebuild effectively after being damaged. The good news is that by carefully supplementing with the 3 most common vitamin deficiencies we're going to talk about, you can break this cycle fairly quickly. You can regain that sense of strength and stability in your legs. Now, let's take a closer look at the first vitamin, and one that many older adults don't pay enough attention to: vitamin D3. If our leg strength is like a sleeping giant because it's not getting enough commands, then vitamin D3 is like the main power switch that wakes that giant up. Did you know that vitamin D3 does a lot more than just a simple vitamin function in the body? It's more like a master hormone that can simultaneously activate and coordinate our nervous system, our skeletal system, and our muscle system. The problem is that after age 60, our body's ability to produce this essential nutrient on its own really drops off. Because our skin is thinner, we don't make vitamin D as efficiently from sun exposure. At the same time, our liver and kidneys slow down in activating vitamin D, making it usable by the body. So, your body starts to quietly shut down some important systems because it's not getting the right instructions from this master switch. The most obvious sign is that your muscles start to weaken, your legs feel heavy, and your movements become slower. What's especially concerning is that even a seemingly small lack of vitamin D3 can make you lose your balance more easily, which significantly increases your risk of falling. Why is vitamin D3 so important? It has a lot of roles.
Let's take a closer look.
First, its most well-known function is to really help with calcium absorption. Without enough vitamin D3, it doesn't matter how much calcium you take, it just won't be effectively absorbed and used by your bones. Think of vitamin D3 as the construction foreman who efficiently transports building materials like calcium to the construction site that is your bones. Strong bones are the foundation of our leg strength. But that's just the start. Vitamin D3 can also directly affect the vitamin D receptors on our muscle cells, making sure that your muscle fibers can contract normally and forcefully. It also helps nerve signals transmit smoothly, allowing the movement instructions from your brain to be quickly and accurately received by your leg muscles. Most importantly, it can effectively slow down the muscle protein breakdown that happens naturally with age, which helps avoid muscle loss and weakness. When vitamin D3 levels are low, your body is like a precision machine that's lacking key instructions and lubrication. All the parts become unreliable, weak, and unresponsive. So, how do you know if you might be low in vitamin D3? Some common early signs include 1. Weakness in the legs, especially when climbing stairs or getting up from a low chair. It feels particularly difficult, and you need to use your hands for support. 2. Feeling tired after standing or walking for only a short time, and needing to stop and rest. 3. Muscle cramps in the legs or feet at night, which are often related to problems with calcium metabolism.
4. Feeling off balance, like jure shaky when you turn around, or unstable when walking on uneven ground.
5. Unexplained deep aching or dull pain in your hips, knees, or heels. 6. Some people might also experience mild anxiety, irritability, and trouble falling asleep at night. These seemingly small symptoms can be early warnings from your body that you're low in vitamin D3, but we often mistake them for just normal signs of aging and ignore them. What does the research say about all this? Researchers at the University of Birmingham in the UK did a study on older adults over 65. After giving them 800 international units, IU, of vitamin D3 every day for 5 months, their leg muscle strength increased by an average of 19%. What does that mean for an older person? That could be the difference between being able to get up from the toilet on your own and needing help. Researchers have shown that elderly people who take vitamin D3 supplements and do a little bit of gentle exercise see significant improvements in their leg strength and balance in just a few weeks. Researchers at the Harvard University Aging Research Center even found that older adults with low vitamin D3 levels were 40% more likely to fall or be hospitalized as a result than those with normal levels. All this tells us clearly that vitamin D3 not only protects your bones, but also directly affects your ability to move freely, maintain your independence, and stay safe. So, what's the recommended dose for healthy people over 60? Nutrition experts generally recommend taking 800 to 1,000 international units, IU, per day for daily maintenance and prevention. If you've fallen before or have obvious weakness in your legs, you can increase your daily intake to 1,500 to 2,000 international units under the guidance of your doctor. For the best absorption, take it in the morning or early afternoon, and always after a meal, preferably one that contains healthy fats like salmon, eggs, or olive oil. That's because vitamin D3 is fat-soluble and needs fat to be effectively absorbed. Is it enough to rely just on food for vitamin D3? Frankly, it's very difficult for older adults. Let's look at the numbers. 100 grams of deep-sea fish like salmon contains about 500 international units of vitamin D3. One egg yolk only has about 40 international units, and a cup of fortified milk has about 100 international units. So, to get 1,000 international units of vitamin D3 every day just from food, you'd have to eat a lot of deep-sea fish, several eggs, and several glasses of milk. That's not realistic for most people's eating habits or digestive abilities. So, with your doctor's recommendation, choosing a reliable vitamin D3 supplement is usually the more efficient and direct option. Next, let's talk about the second key vitamin, vitamin B12. If vitamin D3 is the main power switch that activates leg strength, then B12 is the nerve communication line that makes sure your brain can accurately tell your legs what to do. Many of us know that B12 is good for the brain, helping with memory and energy. But what most people don't realize is that B12 plays a critical role in how well our brain and muscles communicate, especially our leg muscles. It helps us maintain a healthy nervous system, which is essential for coordinated movements and quick reactions. When your B12 levels drop, this communication line between your brain and muscles can experience interference, delays, and signal loss. And because the nerve lines to our lower body are the longest, your legs are often the first place where you'll notice symptoms. You might feel an unexplained burning sensation, tingling, or numbness in your feet, like you're wearing invisible gloves or socks. Your legs feel weak, especially when standing or walking for a long time. A feeling that your legs aren't listening to you, like cotton legs that can't exert strength. Difficulty maintaining balance, even on flat ground, and a constant feeling of shaking or instability. Needing to open your arms wide when walking to help you keep your balance. Some people might also experience mood swings, mild depression, forgetfulness, and brain fog, feeling like their thinking isn't clear. These symptoms usually appear gradually. So, many older adults mistakenly think it's just a sign of getting older, but they're actually typical warnings of B12 deficiency. Why are older adults more likely to be low in B12? There are two main reasons.
The first is poor absorption.
As we age, our stomachs produce less gastric acid and a protein called intrinsic factor. Both are needed to unlock and absorb B12 from food. The second is dietary restrictions. Vitamin B12 is found almost exclusively in animal foods like meat, fish, eggs, and dairy products. If you're vegetarian or you've reduced your meat intake because of digestive problems or poor teeth, you're likely to be deficient in B12. What does the research say about this? Many studies have confirmed that B12 deficiency has a significant negative impact on mobility in older adults. A long-term study at Oxford University in the UK showed that older adults with low B12 levels walked more slowly, had poorer balance, and were more than twice as likely to fall in the following year compared to those with normal B12 levels. So, how does vitamin B12 work in the body? Its most important function is to help synthesize and repair the myelin sheath that wraps around the outer layer of our nerve fibers. Think of a nerve as an electrical wire, and the myelin sheath as the plastic coating that insulates and protects it. Only when this coating is intact can nerve signals be transmitted quickly, accurately, and without loss, like fiber optic cables. When you're low in B12, this insulating coating becomes thinner or even damaged. The instructions from your brain can leak or short-circuit during transmission. As a result, your muscles misunderstand or delay receiving instructions, and your legs start to feel disconnected and unresponsive. For people over 60, taking 500 to 1,000 micrograms of vitamin B12 supplements every day is safe and effective. When choosing a supplement, look for methylcobalamin, because it's the active form of B12. Your body can use it immediately without having to convert it first. That's especially helpful for older adults who may have trouble absorbing and converting nutrients. Now, let's talk about the last vitamin in this powerful combination, vitamin B1, also known as thiamine. If D3 turns on the muscle strength switch and B12 connects the communication line, then without B1, your muscles are like a powerful engine that hasn't been filled with fuel and can't get real energy and endurance. Vitamin B1 is our body's chief energy converter. Its main job is to help us efficiently convert the food we eat, especially carbohydrates like rice and noodles, into the energy currency called ATP that our cells can use directly. Every movement, every breath, every muscle contraction in our body is powered by ATP. Because our legs are the biggest and strongest muscle group in our body, they naturally need a lot of energy and a constant supply of ATP. When your vitamin B1 levels are low, this energy conversion process gets blocked, like a power plant that's not getting enough fuel. Your muscles will feel heavy as a result, you'll get tired easily, and you'll have a hard time recovering from any activity, even just walking. What are the early signs of a possible vitamin B1 deficiency? 1. Even if you don't do much, like just doing housework, your legs will feel unusually weak or extremely tired. 2. You might have muscle cramps, especially in your feet or calves. This is related to problems with energy metabolism. 3. When walking, you might feel like you're dragging your legs or walking heavily, like your legs don't belong to you. 4. Climbing just a few stairs can make you short of breath and your heart race. 5. Some people might also experience mental depression, loss of appetite, and a general lack of motivation to exercise. These are all typical signs of slowed muscle energy metabolism. Why are older adults more prone to B1 deficiency? Besides decreased absorption, some common medications, like diuretics for treating high blood pressure or heart disease, can cause you to lose a lot of vitamin B1 through your urine. Also, even moderate daily drinking can seriously interfere with vitamin B1 absorption in older adults. For older adults with fatigue and leg weakness, doctors often recommend taking 50 to 100 milligrams of B1 supplements per day to help with these problems. The good news is that vitamin B1 is water-soluble, so any excess is safely excreted through your urine. That makes it one of the safest supplements for older adults. So, how should we combine these 3 vitamins to get the best results? The key is timing and synergy, allowing them to work together efficiently in the body. Here's a simple, easy-to-remember plan. After breakfast, take vitamin D3 and vitamin B1. Since D3 needs fat to be absorbed, it's best if your breakfast includes foods like yogurt, eggs, or a little avocado. And B1 is your fuel for the day, so taking it in the morning can help your energy levels all day long and make you feel more energetic. Take vitamin B12 at or after lunch, because B12 also helps boost energy and alertness. If you take it too late, it might affect your sleep. Taking it at noon can help you avoid that afternoon slump and keep your thinking clear. With this simple combination, your body can get the right amount of the right nutrients at the right time, allowing these 3 vitamins to work together like a well-functioning team to protect the strength and vitality of your legs. Finally, let's re-emphasize some safety tips for taking these vitamins. First, don't increase the dose on your own. Stick to the product's recommended dose, or what your doctor recommends. Just because something is natural doesn't mean more is better. Second, if you have chronic kidney or liver problems, be sure to talk to your doctor before taking any supplements, because these organs are responsible for processing and clearing excess vitamins. Third, regular blood tests are the best way to make sure you're supplementing safely and effectively. Usually, a simple blood test every 6 to 12 months can keep you and your doctor informed. Okay, let's review the most important points from today. If you've been feeling unstable, heavy, or weak in your legs recently, remember that it might not just be because of age. It could be because you're not getting enough of the 3-horse carriage of vitamins, D3, B12, and B1. We've learned how vitamin D3 can strengthen your bones and muscles like a main power switch. How vitamin B12 can improve your balance and coordination like a nerve communication line. And how vitamin B1 can replenish your energy and endurance like engine fuel. These 3 basic vitamins work together to form a powerful combination that can help you regain strength, confidence, and freedom of movement, allowing you to confidently step out of your home and enjoy life. But the secret is that you have to take the first step. Whether it's talking to your doctor or taking that first vitamin after breakfast, every action is better than endless waiting. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Have you tried any of these vitamins before? Have you noticed any changes in your energy, strength, or balance? Please share your stories in the comments section below. The more we learn from each other, the stronger we'll become together. Thank you for watching. Take care of your body, re-energize your legs, and keep moving forward with strong steps. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and share it with the older adults you care about. And if you want to keep getting more scientifically proven, rational, and practical health advice like this, please subscribe to this channel. I'll see you next time.